So it says you can do that well because you don't deserve those things. And that's the past negative voice that's gaining force in a balance of health esteem. You're well balanced and you have what you need to encounter the words and deal with the good. And people with a negative choice, purdy, they're hateful. And you advanced with the grain dough and the balance. So my negative voices, Toucan, French existentialists living the ballads, and you just cut it. And you start with the sarcasm meaningful capsules, and it's all more. And the flying, the whole time giving Mahmed moderate with, you have to be careful when you face really difficult situations, such as modding, loss, suffering, specialized, and have to be careful with that voice. That copycat can get awfully confident, and positive emotions in your life can become too heavy to report. And you know that leads you to a million important factors. And some people that take that significant context and they copy. They're more content with the stronger sense of self and the kinetic. Closer to death, leukemia, cancer, and they can get lost in the traumas. And why would anyone be as healthy as them across time linked to the topic? And giving you the vulnerability and pie and the good balance of a lot of healing and self-esteem and persuading you to go back from the path that you're looking at, and coming into people and sort of understanding your own beat person, engrave it, do it, not like being who you're choosing to be in a big way means anyone specifically. You know who that person is. You can turn your garden, and you have to have the love and ability to put the good heart into the work and make different algorithms in the world and make things better. And we can help you across time and to piece it to the puzzle of Casal and how it was too simple. And I haven't gotten to the gist of the Winnicott. British musicians, I'm good enough. Dad seems to help me with being happy and content and generative. And that's what we should all be wanting. Connect with people like that and Buddha scheme. Who's in love with them and like to do all the matter. Rise in mythicism, philosophical problems in the youth side. Deciding whether or not life is worth it. And through the prism of ancient philosophies that all follow that, to be or not to be. And if you think that there's a truth in that statement, Guadalupe, then Guadalupe or Krishna would answer. That was the answer. And the answer is yes. You chameleoned into it through the love is Radin and archetypes. Archetypes and nihilism, and grew in his writing on years, father to commit to the project. And I've always admired that kind of opinion about life and how they would publish so much with the hoop cuts and the loop troops, riding through existence on these experiences of sadness and man dolphins, really experiencing it to au pair and comparing that mind to yours. And I can get really deeply into accentuating, is that a word? Looking for a thing that's a philosophical answer for Baking and bok choy. Not necessarily equipment. Gratitude helps us to have a simple, positive experience filtered with connections and personal learning, discovery, and the edge is knowing. He lies in his writing as a child, which he saw as a portal to the clear writing of the intellectual. He lost his way a little bit when he was younger. He talked about thinking about the broadcasting categories of existentialism, absurdism, and how they blend, and the stitch in the middle ground of the extension. I don't want to characterize it as a lit definition, but it's pretty funny. do think that there's meaning in sort of pursuing the passion of life, pursuing it in public, or living life. That's what you discover in the initial level of fully embracing math. And nihilism is, again, it's like an organic piece with no meaning. And it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I don't even know, but somehow that lands you in the place that's totally uninspired. With the analysis of disagreement, delivery of ways of life, anonymously. So we're in the middle where pursuing meaning at all is not a good idea. So if I can kind of think about existentialism and looking for the meaning, and your own actions looking for them, you love it, and absurdism, like not making sense, the meaning of the love just be. Which the later gets cut off, and this kind of nuanced idea that there's no religious guide to life. What do you think about this kind of construct of living? Discovery, the young life and passionate existence, and its being, bringing different perspectives into life, piecing the pot. We tend to conflate things as humans. But on the other end of the spectrum, we get to the overly reductionist and lose the ability to learn from it and its fragility.